Thank you for your time. You were at Kengen.
Yes.
Then you came into the public eye.
Yes.
How has the transition been so far?
I must say that it has been a very, very active season for me since I left corporate world.
How were you identified?
It must have been that my qualifications and experience and performance could have been what caused that. I was a CEO of one of the biggest entities which we had ran and managed very well. In addition to that, I also held international portfolios. I was a member of the World Bank Advisory Council on Gender and Development. I was a member of the UN Global Compact Board, among other roles that I was playing. I was also lucky to get quite a lot of recognitions and awards. In 2021, I was named Africa's Inspirational Leader of the Year. I was also in the 25 top women in Africa and many other recognitions. My hard work, determination, and my motto to always bring out my best.
But tell us a little bit about how it feels from the corporate to the public light in government.
Luckily, when you're managing people, when you're delivering results, when you have a strategic plan to implement, that takes the same qualifications, the same abilities, the same processes, and therefore in terms of management and leadership, nothing changes. When you're in cabinet, you're then given a portfolio, and you have to come up with the strategic plan that will just work on the manifesto that the administration has. So you break it down, you come with the priority areas, you have people to manage, you have deliverables, but on a wider scale. And of course, because cabinet is a creation of a political process, it is also a political job. So there is a lot more to handle politically than you did in corporate world.
And that makes me wonder, did you ever envision yourself in the position you are in now?
To be honest, I hadn't. But when you're called to serve and your skills have been identified, you then answer to that call.
Do you feel like this is bringing the best out of you in terms of where you are and where you are now?
Yes, indeed. You know, this docket is actually catalytic to the economy of this country and the welfare and the improvement of life of all the citizens. And I am clear of what the deliverables are. And I feel this is an opportunity for me to bring out my best, looking at my qualifications, my experience, my abilities and skills. I can only bring out my best. Yes. In
the time you've been in the docket, what are these things that you think would be the top 3 priorities for you? If someone told you there's a possibility of you leaving tomorrow, what is this that you'd want achieved?
One is to produce enough of everything for our domestic use and reduce imports of what we can reduce, of what we can import. While at it, we then attract a lot of foreign direct investment, where we have created a good investment climate. You are attracting investment, you're producing enough for your people, and you're even exporting out. You have enough jobs, and people have money in the pocket. That's the success of the docket that I have been given. Yes.
Probably, what are these that you have put in place to see that this is achieved?
We now have to look at, to just steer away from ease of doing business and look at the cost of doing business. And so I'm leading a team that has been given 6 months to come up with business reforms action plan geared towards reducing the cost of doing business. Number two, we want to attract foreign direct investments.
Just a follow-up question on the pointers you've given me. On the industrial park, what is the progress so far?
The counties that have broken ground, construction is going on. That's why I went to Embu to see, and in the coming days when we are back from the festive season, I will be working very closely to just monitor progress. Very delighted that just less than 2 weeks ago, when His Excellency visited India, he was able to negotiate a facility with India Exim Bank. Part of that money, about $100 million, will go to equipping the county aggregation and industrial parks, which means then those that are constructing first will be the first ones to benefit, because we have to start thinking of what equipment and processes that are required. So we have all these activities.
As I wind up, allow me ask you this.
Yes.
Recently the President pronounced himself on the Kenya being a visa-free country.
Yes.
How is this playing into the Ministry of Industry and Investment?
I think it is a very good move. If you look at the opportunities that are there, you will find there will be more inflows into the economy, because everyone coming to Kenya, there is expenditure to it.
True.
You will be in a hotel, you will consume our products, while at it, you will enjoy our tourism, you will identify investment opportunities. There are many travelers who look at a destination and just decide the visa process is too tedious, is too rigorous, is too complicated, so let me leave that destination. So that has been removed. And I believe the more people that are able to travel to Kenya, and we have a beautiful country with resources, with possibilities, that will indeed also spur investment in this country. And I think even the foreign investors, occasionally, maybe even the visa is a deterrent, you know, all that. So it is good that people flow in. I am aware that the government has put in processes to ensure that any risks that are associated with free entry and free movement, the screening, the checking, all that is in place. The economic partnership agreement between Kenya and the EU is a process that started more than 10 years ago and has faced quite a lot of challenges, and that's why it's taken so long. But this is a new era. The opportunities that are there, because Kenya will immediately gain access, Kenya's products will gain access to the EU market, duty-free, quota-free.
Wow.
We want, when we come back in January, to break it down to everybody, even common mwananchi, especially small and medium enterprises, to understand the content of the EPA, the opportunities that are available for them. Then it will encourage our farmers and the agriculture sector to know that you have a bigger market. Remember, we have a Kenyan market, we have an East Africa market, Africa Continental Free Trade Area, now add Europe, 27 countries. So I think it is an instrument of hope for our businesses. So the signing was just part of the work. Actual implementation is even bigger.
Bigger task.
Yeah.
When Waziri is done with all these,
Yes.
And she's in her space,
Yes.
how is your free time like? Do you even have free time?
I have free time. During my free time, I am a family person. I am a wife. I am a mother. So family activities. And you'll find me cooking. I'll go shopping, interact with my children. And so in the family space, I am a very strong player in the family space. Not only in the nuclear family, but even in the larger family. I have very many siblings. I have 14 siblings directly, and also from the in-law side. And so I have a large family which you must interact because you're part of a community. True. Besides that, I am also a livestock farmer. So occasionally during the weekends, I go back up country to look at my farming and participate and provide whatever is required. And while at it, you must interact with the community.
Exactly.
On the hobby side, I knit for many years. When I did my home science classes as early as class 4, we were taught to knit. I knit scarves, sweaters, and knitting, I tell people, is very therapeutic. I also have passion on live performance. You will find me at French Cultural Center watching heartstring plays. In fact, before COVID, I used to always know what is coming next, and I would not miss, because I really love theater and live performance. I am also a church member, and I participate in church activities.
Very important.
And therefore, outside of my work, I am just the neighbor next door, the lady next door, member of a chama, especially a group of people we went to university with.
I was actually almost asking you if you have a chama.
Yes. And this group, where we went to university together many years ago, we have come back together. We have a welfare group, we have an investment group, we have a farmers group, health and fitness, and one that is very exciting that will almost test your discipline, we have a book club. Yes, I would say that I find my life quite complete and integrated. And because I am a good planner, then you sort of say you have a real complete and rich life that is well integrated. Not easy, but I am glad so far. Yes.
We've seen you a lot of time receiving high-profile visitors in the country.
Yes.
Has this been your life, or you've been introduced to it when you came into the public office?
In my previous engagements, most of the heads of states or dignitaries and heads of international corporations were very interested in green energy. And I was in that space. And I found myself receiving many, I think during my tenure, I received about 7 presidents in the geothermal field. I didn't realize that it would continue, but you see, that's on a technical level. So I used to do that. In my ministerial role, the government is then required to extend courtesies to visiting heads of states. And I think I've now received 6 or 7 in the last 1 year. And I feel it's quite a privilege to interact with the kind of people that I have been appointed to be escort of honor and to receive them and take care of them during their stay in Kenya. So I will not say the job is not stressful. I will not say the job doesn't bring overwhelm. I will not say the job is not busy. It's all that. But I feel quite equipped. Some of my colleagues and my friends accuse me of making it look easy. But I tell them it's because of the effort I make to equip myself. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Waziri. And thank you for mentioning that, because that is very important.
Yes.
It plays into how you've closed the year in the portfolio in a very big way.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Asante sana.